Bonjour, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Star Nations Organization's main fan page where I do this daily live stream, or at least 5 days a week live stream, all around the divination card that's drawn in the morning. And that sparks a spiritual conversation between me and those of you in the chat. And so, welcome. Today is Monday, May 13th. I know. It's a revelation sometimes when I say the date out loud. It's like, holy cow, the month is going by really fast. But anyway, welcome. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm broadcasting from the meditation room again. Mom is doing better. I just wanted to stay a little close, just in case she needs me. And also, I've got like, 3 or 4 different things going on all at the same time. And for me to drop everything to go up to the academy wasn't possible. So this is from the meditation room, or as sometimes it's known as the medicine room. Yeah. So yes, and I'm Yvette Neshi Lokotz. Got my name up here. Most of you know me. I am the steward of Star Nations organization. And under the organization, we have these live stream shows. We used to do radio talk shows, internet, about, we started in 2013. And so we stayed with Blog Talk Radio up until 2018, or was it 2017? It was 2017. And so then we switched over to live stream. But under this umbrella of Star Nations organization, we also have the publishing end of the business. And so we do books in the magazine, and we're going to be adding a few other things onto that, hopefully by the end of the year, or maybe in the beginning of 2020. So that's the publishing side. And we also have the Academy, Star Nations Academy, where all of the classes happen underneath that umbrella. Yeah. So while I'm explaining this, I'm going to actually share out our show to our live stream, and so those who would like to join us then can pop in and join us, right? So I'm going to like it and I'm going to share it, and I would like to invite you to do the same thing, is to share it. Even if you just share it with one friend, that's really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it over to my newsfeed to let my friends know that I'm live streaming. And asking them to join. There we go. And we're going to post that. There. And thank you for sharing. We really do appreciate it. All right, so where I left off was with the Academy. And all of the classes that happen through Star Nations Academy happen at our physical location, which is where I usually do the live stream broadcasts from. And that is just west of my house, about a country block. And so that's the Academy up there. And so we're also holding a class at the end of this month, May 31st, I think is that Friday, all about the total tarot immersion. And the teacher is Julie Hedges. And so we still have time if you guys want to join us for that class as well. And so that is the physical location. We're going to be adding on online classes this fall. And that's one of the things I was working on this morning. one of the 3 things I had going on all at one time. And I know that many of you have asked about the online classes. And so please watch for the announcement, and also for any of the promotions that will be coming up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you and give a little time for people to chime in if they needed to. Have a couple of moments there. Going to check the chat here. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie is on it. She is on it. She is listing all of the shows this week in the magazine and all kinds of good stuff that we have. And every time I look at this, I think whenever she does this kind of posting, God, I think, oh my goodness, we are busy. We are busy offering as much as we can to those who would like um, our assistance, or to be able to, for us to walk with you on your soul's journey, right? On your earth walk. All right. All right. So here we go. Julie Hedges is here. Hello, Julie. Oh, it's good to have you in the house, lady. Good to have you here. And Tina's here too. Yay, Tina. Good one. Good to have you here, Tuna. Because we're going to be talking about something I'm sure you know quite a bit about. So I'm hoping you're going to be able to help us with it. Julie shared. Thank you so much, Julie. Up a steep hill. Yes, that's true. From the house to the Star Nations Academy, we have a hill, and the academy is at the top of the hill. And I have to say that, let's see, we kind of live on a rectangle block, right? And so we have a street in front of us and we have a street behind us. The street in front of us, what we have done is taken the kids sledding down our street there, where we have adults at the top and one at the bottom, so that we can, stop traffic. It's not that busy of a street. And it's quite a hill. You get going really fast down that hill on a sled, let me tell you. Yeah. And when you start spinning as you come down. Oh, Jocelyn's here too. Hello, Jocelyn. So good to have you here. So good to have you here. And Julie says, Star Nations Academy, up a steep hill, but a beautiful wooded area out back. Yes. Yes, between the house and the academy, we have a wooded area, and we have a walking path that goes through there. Yeah, George loves it. Let me tell you. Oh, and speaking of George, he's not here today. He's at puppy daycare having all kinds of fun with other four-leggeds. But today is his 10th month birthday. Our boy is 10 months old. And he's probably 70 pounds by now. He's a big boy. But he's not here today. It's actually kind of quiet around the house, But that's good for him. He gets some time to play with other four-leggeds and gets to play the way they play, right? Kind of rough housing and that kind of thing. So, well, hello, Alan. I mean, Eileen. Sorry. Got those bifocal things going on. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Peggy just popped in too. Hello, Peggy. So good to have you here, Peggy. It's always good to see your name in the chat. Okay, so today's card, and we only have one card, okay? And so that kind of tells me that there's going to be some discussion around this one. Because I even said, asked my spiritual team when I was shuffling, right? And the card jumped out, and I asked them, so do I need to draw another card? We only need one card today. Oh, okay. So I turned it over, and this is the card that came to us today. It's we. It is the sun. And it's all about personal power. The sun. Nice card, huh? Nice picture. Huge sun. Huge. Love it. All right. So, and for those who are maybe just joining us, this is the deck that we're using this month. Is the Lakota Sweat Lodge cards by Chief Archie Fire Lame Deer and Ellen Sarkis. And the elder, Archie Fire Lame Deer, he helped Ellen with the tradition of the card, and also the message, the channeled message, okay, and helping her understand what it means. It seems that Ellen attended Archie's sweat lodges for a long time, and they got to know each other. And Ellen had this idea about creating these cards, and the elder said, yes, I'll help you. And so so today's card is we, W-I, we. This is in the Lakota language, and I do not speak Lakota. Thank goodness they have a pronunciation guide in the back of the book. I know a few words, but not many. I mean, it's just a couple. I wouldn't be able to even hold a conversation. And we means sun. And the card is all about personal power. Personal power. Hello, Rochelle. She says, hello, Neshi. Oh, hi, Deb. Good to have you here, too. Good to have you here, too. You ladies over there in Michigan. And so the channeled message, I'd like to read that to you, okay, before we launch into the actual conversation about the card. All right, so this is the channeled message. It says, I am the embodiment of the source of all being. I am all, create all, and devour all. I am the manifestation of all that is your creator, Wankantanka, the great mystery. You seek from me words to enlighten. I live beyond words. Look at me, feel me, experience me. There is the knowledge you seek. I am the light. That's a pretty powerful, wouldn't you say? It's pretty powerful. You can feel the power within the words, right? And the part where it says that you seek from me words to enlighten. I live beyond words. I live beyond words. So in many ways, we have to get out of our head, right, in order to really absorb and take in the meaning of this card. Yeah, because we have to use words to share, right? But when we're looking at the card, is to really take in the spirit, the essence of the meaning of we, the sun, in regard to your personal power. Okay, all right. So now the tradition. Now this is the part where the elder helped the co-author understand, right, the tradition. And so according to Lakota tradition, the creator, Wankantanka, was alone in an endless, timeless place. He decided to create from himself spirit forces through which he could create the universe. In course, he created 16 mysteries. The first created was we, who, from pure spirit, became the elemental energy of light and life, the teacher and the sustainer. We was transformed into the sun, with the power to provide the energy for earth to produce the substance of life. Because without the sun, there would be no life on our planet, on Grandmother Earth, right? On Gaia. So in many ways, this is we can look at the sun, as the creator's source, right? To go to the what I call the prime creator, the great mystery, the creator of creators, right? Created we, the sun. So just by receiving the card, it says that you're on the road to becoming accepting and acknowledging the power within. The sun lights your way, making your direction clear, allowing you to see your power. It's time to express your personal power by using your inner gifts. Direct your energy, and you will achieve what you have set out to achieve. You may want to sit in the sun, letting its radiance and warmth encircle you with power and strength. Let the sun's light help you gain the confidence you need. Recognize the inner light, the inner radiance, in order to illuminate your personal vision for the future. You will find that once the vision is clear, your power is at hand. Your personal power. You know, oops, got my sound up on my phone. So it's our inner power. It's our inner light, right? And when I first looked at the card this morning, when I first looked at this, what it kind of reminded me of is years ago when I first activated my Merkaba. In the old days, we had to do this meditation in order to, once it was activated, for it to go permanent, right? And there was a part in the meditation where we literally, with our intention, we had to lift our in our solar plexus. There's the inner sun, okay, and it's bright like the setting sun in its brilliance, because you got the yellow and the oranges, right? And we used to have to, with our intention, bring it up to our heart space, up to our heart chakra. We don't have to do that kind of stuff anymore. But the color of it and the way it was depicted in the card reminded me of that. Is that we have this inner sun in our solar plexus. That's why it's called the solar plexus, right? And our inner sun. It's our will center. It's our power center. And the ancient ones that's coming through the cards, through the elder Archie Fire Lame Deer, is the one who's telling us that, you know, the Osheti Sakoi, the Great Sioux Nation, their ancestors already knew this generation after generation. We have to go back many, many, many generations, because these stories are handed down from one generation to another. And so I think that this is a very, it's a common thread or a link, right, between people, the different cultures, the different beliefs. Because we could talk about the Dantian, right? The solar plexus, the will. Yeah. Hey, Pat's here too. Hello, Pat. Good to have you here. Let me show you the card that came, okay? We only have one card today, Pat. This is it. It's the sun. Oops, got to go the other direction. The sun, and it's all about our personal power, right? Yeah. Hello, Julie Shumway Hill. Yeah, and so when we talk about our personal power and what this card could mean for us today, because, you know, the intention to do the card draw in the mornings, my intention, because I'm connecting to my spiritual team, and I'm asking them to please show me the most important energy or information that's flowing today that's important for our higher, our soul's growth, right? And for our highest good and the highest good of all. Yeah. And so when we're taking a look at this card from that intention, is what does that mean for us today? Right? What does that mean for us? And for me, I took it as Spirit telling us that we've had this all along, right? when we came into our physical existence in this particular life, when our spirit chose this body to be in, um, it was one of the many gifts that the Creator gave us is this inner sun called our willpower. And look how many cultures actually have ceremonies around the sun, right? To acknowledge the sun, um, going all the way back to Egypt, right? I think it was Ra, right? That's his name means sun, right? This would be a really good conversation to have with Orton Franklin, and how important the sun was to the ancient Egyptians, just like how the sun is important to the Osheti Sakoi, to the Chinese and the Japanese. I mean, look at the Japanese flag, right? I think that our ancient ones knew, and we have that knowledge, that wisdom, um, with us. We just have to turn our attention to it, a memory, right? To remember. Um, it's in our DNA. It's one of the wisdoms that was handed down to us from our ancestors. That connection to the sun, because it truly means survival, right? So if we can equate that to our personal power, yeah, it's our survival of our physicalness, our physical body, but it's also survival in a way of our spiritual, mental, and emotional bodies as well, right? Yeah, our willpower, our free will is a part of that, is connected to that, because we can choose. We choose based on a lot of different reasons, right? But when it really comes right down to it, um, many times our choices are based on our willpower, on our personal will. Hmm. Let me ask this question: is how many of you have remember to do your grounding this morning or today? Because I'd like to try a little something. If you haven't done your grounding today, I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that, okay? Because what I'd like to do is just to do a little um, turning our attention to that part of us. And so we can sense and feel that aspect of us called our inner sun, our solar plexus, our will, our personal power. Okay. So if you haven't done your grounding, please do so. Take a moment to do it right now, and I'm going to bounce back to this, and then we'll do that little exercise. Okay. All right. Yay! Julie said she did. Good for you, Julie. Thank you. Tina says, from the read, it's all true and understandable. Every culture, yes, common belief. For natives, it's sacrifice, life, healing, growing to the best of ourselves, especially in the sun dance. To dance for the Creator, for to say the Creator is looking at the sun. Look, I dance and suffer for me and my people for all that is good. Oh, perfectly said, Tina. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, the sun dance, right? Um, and those that are dancing and been pierced, right? They're not only they're dancing for the people and their sacrifice for us, right? And for those prayers, and the few times that I've been out to both North and South Dakota, um, you definitely have a relationship with the sun because there's not that many trees. It's in the Great Plains. It's the northern part of the Great Plains, and so the connection and the relationship with the sun, um, to be able to live with that kind of heat, right? That kind of heat. And um, there's many people who live in those kinds of environments, right, all over the world. And it is a different kind of lifestyle compared to those people who say live in Alaska or live let me think, like in a rainforest, right? Because they're surrounded by trees. Whereas on the Great Plains, you're out there. You're under the sun all day long, even all night long. Because just because we can't see the sun is still there, right? It might have set to go shine on another part of the world, but it's still there. It's still there. Just like the moon is still there, just because we can't see it. All right, so hopefully you've done your grounding. And what I'd like to do is just for us to turn our attention to our solar plexus, our willpower, our personal power, okay? And it's really nothing to fix or to do or anything like that. It's just for us to sense and feel, see it, okay? Because many times we don't we don't slow down enough in our day. I know I don't slow down enough in our day to really stop and sense this kind of um, power that we have within us, okay? And around us, they're saying, and around us. All right. So if you could please sit, if you're seated, feet flat on the floor. If you're driving, you can always do this at home. Okay. You can replay it and you can always do it at home. And so with your feet flat on the floor and your arms and legs uncrossed, so you're an open circuit. And if you can, sit with your back as straight as possible. Okay. Um, to be comfortable in case you have back problems or something like that, even if you have to kind of put some pillows or something behind you. Yeah. And we're just going to take a big deep breath in. Okay, just hang on, don't do it yet. Big deep breath in, and when you get to the top of the breath, just hold it just for a second. Okay. And on the exhale, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. And when we do that, that is the um, blowing out all of that mental chatter. Okay, it's taking all of that rumination that we have in our minds and just letting it go. All right. Okay. Thank you, Julie. She says I'm grounded. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. So here we go. And a big deep breath in, really filling up your lungs from the bottom to the top. And when you get to the top of that breath, just holding it just for a second. And on the exhale, blowing it out from your mouth, imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. Good, good. Just breathing easy and naturally now. Okay. And we're going to do that one more time. Big, deep breath in, really filling up your lungs from the bottom to the top. And when you get to the top, just hold it just for a second. And on the exhale through your mouth, imagine seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. It's good. It's good. And now just closing your eyes if they're not closed already is calling to your spiritual team to come to you. The whole team. Okay, good. And then turning your attention to your solar plexus chakra. It's just above your belly button. Sensing, feeling, seeing your personal power, your inner sun. Just noticing it. If you need assistance, asking your spiritual team to come in to help you, to connect to that part of you called your solar plexus. And just noticing what it feels like. Noticing the vibration or the frequency, what it feels like. Noticing the color. Noticing if there's a sound. Your inner sun. Your personal power. It's good. It's really good. Now just taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, just coming back to our present moment and thanking your spiritual team for being there with you to assist you. And when that feels complete for you, you can open your eyes, you can stretch and wiggle your fingers. It's coming back to the present moment. Right? And if you could just let me know in the comments that you're back, that would be nice. Okay. Because what I was feeling, is that maybe some may not have ever sensed or feel to be able to feel that part of their bodies, right? And some, you can feel it's something the brownness of it, and how it's in the front of you, but it's also behind you. And so some of you actually felt that sun, literally that roundness and the color. Yeah, good. Thank you guys. Jocelyn's saying she's back. Thank you. Eileen's saying she's gotten nice county. Good. Thank you. And Jackie's back. Good. Thank you. And just, all we had to do is just notice it. Just notice it. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you for letting me know. It's just to notice it. And you can do that with any part of your chakra system or any part of your body, really. But with this, because Spirit gave us this, this morning, right? Gave us the card, we. That's Lakota for sun, and it's all about our personal power. And I'm just going to reflect back on that channeled message from through the card. I'm going to read it again to you. So maybe because you sense that part of yourself, there is a different feeling to it now. Okay. It says, I am the embodiment of the source of all being. I am all, create all, and devour all. I am the manifestation of all that is your creator, Wankantanka, the great mystery. You seek from me words to enlighten. I live beyond words. Look at me, feel me, experience me. There is the knowledge you seek. I am the light. Because it changes. I think it changes how our feelings, right, about what those words may mean to each one of us individually, and yet as a group, as a community, is that we have that sense of knowing, right? Because we're awake. That sense of knowing that this is a part of us that our personal power. And how many times have we given our power away? How many times have we diminished our own power by being small and not really being sharing our gifts, right? Not to the full extent that we could. And so when we try to dim our own light, our inner sun, that's a choice that we individually make. Yeah, and unfortunately, when we give our power away, that too is a choice. That too is a choice. I know sometimes it doesn't seem that way, does it? But it is. It is. Yeah. And the flip side of that, right? The flip side of that is what it feels like when we take our power back, when we pick up and embrace our gifts. And I have to share this with you guys. Okay, so I don't have my good camera. I'm using my laptop camera. Okay. So I can't show it to you. But in the meditation room, I'm surrounded by drums, basically. All right. And every time I say certain words, the drum in front of me, which is it's a Celtic drum. It's got the tree of life on it and surrounded by Celtic knot, right? And every time I say certain words, I can hear and feel the vibration coming off that drum. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Yeah. Okay. So, and that feeling that we have, when we take our power back, right? And just for a moment, just remember that feeling. That if you've ever done that, what it felt like when you said enough, and I'm taking my power back. What did that feel like for you as you allow your sun to shine even brighter, right? Or when you make the decision that you are going to use your gifts, that maybe you embraced one of your gifts and you started really applying it and what that felt like, because that's a part of your personal power. Yeah. And who has, and I have this song going through my head right now, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. We use that one quite often, don't we? When we're talking about our inner light. And so what I was saying earlier is that, for many cultures, the sun has been very important. The ancient ones did ceremony with and around the sun. Yeah. It's a source of all life here on our planet, on Grandmother Earth. But we also have the power of the sun within us, known as our personal power, our solar plexus. Yeah. So to me, getting this card today was like it was like a feeling of joy, because Spirit is reminding us that we already have this. We came in with it, right? We just have to turn our attention to it. And many of us have done so much healing around our traumas, our emotional and mental traumas, that when we think about or turn our attention to our will center, our personal power, that we know what it's like to literally touch it or be it, don't we? Yeah, we have moments of it. We have moments. And some of us even have longer than moments. Some of us, some of us are just bathing in it, right? Doing the backstroke. Yeah, yeah. I think it's part of what we came here to master, really. The mastery of it. I just want to check something here. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments. So, if you would like to share about your experience in sensing, seeing, feeling your solar plexus, your place of power. Um, it's our inner sun, right? And it doesn't diminish any of the other chakras and what those do for with us and for us. But the solar plexus, the solar plexus is a place where many of us, we get that gut feeling, right? We get that feeling um, when something is right and when something's not right. Yeah, yeah. One of the ones, an example of that is when the telephone rings and you see who's calling, and how your energy drops when you see who it is, because of feelings around with this person. Sometimes that maybe that is a person that you've given your power away to, right? And so we sense that, we feel that, but we also feel the flip side of it too. When you see the caller's name or recognize the number, and it's somebody that loves and supports you, and um, is kind and generous and loving, our energy goes up, and we feel it there too, right? And usually that feeling will actually kind of radiate through our whole system, because that's just love. And our vibration, our frequency gets changed even just by seeing their name. Yeah. So your inner sun, your inner sun. The Maya believe that there's a central sun, that there's a sun beyond our universe, right? That there's a central sun that is the sun, sun, of all suns, because there are many suns out there. Many planets have a sun, but there's a central sun. And some people would like to believe that our inner sun is actually part of the central sun. And to me, that kind of feels right too, feels good. Because if we're talking about the great mystery, right? The creator of creators, the great mystery, the creator of gods, the creator of all that is. Yeah, very powerful. A lot of energy there, right? And that is going back to the central sun. Yeah. But some people would be talking about how the sun is a very masculine energy, not gender energy. And so it carries that sacred or divine masculine. And when we're talking about our power place, right? Our place of personal power, our will center, that's where we get our assertiveness from. Yeah, that's where we get our assertiveness from. It doesn't necessarily come from our mind. Our mind is really about our ego. But our assertiveness comes from our solar plexus. And when it's in balance, and we're doing it with heart energy as well, that is when we can move mountains in that assertiveness, right? Yeah. Yeah. And when it's not balanced, then we get into the aggression and yeah, that the shadow side of that, right? The shadow side of that. And for women, many times our assertiveness is called something much different than if a guy's assertive, right? And so we're also dealing with some of those issues of polarity and um, society kind of definitions, right? But that's why I wanted you to sense it for yourself, to sense your own personal power, your own solar plexus, so you can define that for yourself and not necessarily have to go with the more broader stroke definition from a belief system, right? Yeah. I mean, there is that too. Don't get me wrong. There is that too. But I think it's much more powerful and empowering to define it for yourself, sense it for yourself. Yeah. And even if you felt like you didn't feel anything, or it's like, I'm not sure what we're doing here, there's a part of you, that did, right? Yeah. Because our soul already knows this. Our soul already knows that sense or that feeling of our personal power, already knows that. So there's a part of you that is already in the know. It's just getting it to the mental mind. It's just getting it there. Rochelle says, much to think about and meditate on. Absolutely. Absolutely. And have a conversation, talk to your spiritual team, because they'll reply in many, many different ways, depending on how you take in information, right? Watch for the synchronicities, watch for the signs, Watch your dreams. And for those that are clairaudient and they're talking to you, yeah, listen, right? I'm sure that they'll have a whole lot of questions too, but to start out listening first, and then you can barrage them with questions because they're more than willing to sit and answer just about anything from us. That's for sure. Even the silliest ones. Yeah. So I hope that this, the we, meaning the sun in Lakota, and it's all about our personal power, right? And this author also includes a meditation with this, with all the cards that she has. And the meditation for this card is the energy of the sun meets with my own and awakening new understandings. I open to the fire, the diversity, and the harmony of life. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. So Rochelle, when you said you had, something to meditate on, right? So the energy of the sun meets with my own, awakening new understandings. In other words, illumination, right? Illumination. One of the things that came to me when I was reading the information, I thought to myself, when I call in the directions, when I invite them to be here with us. Now, you have to know that the energy of the directions are always there, always. It's just that we're turning our attention to them and we're bringing them in consciously to be able to be with us, right? And when I call to Father Sky, Grandfather Sky, Gamisho Mese Nan, which is Potawatomi for that. Lakota, they use the term Wankantanka, Grandfather Sky. And anything and everything that's in the sky, right? And so, of course, the sun's there. The sun is there, right? And so when we're talking about Grandfather Sky, we're including we and a whole lot of other things. But this is the primary energy, along with the moon, that we're bringing to us. And the sun illuminates. Even on cloudy days, it's bright enough to see, right? The illumination. And so when you're doing your meditations and you're asking for clarity, ask the sun to illuminate your path. The illumination. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So we're near the top of the hour. I want to say that anything and everything that was shared today, that if it resonated with you, even in parts or bits and pieces, a word here, a sentence there, or the whole thing, right? If it resonated with you, is just to embrace it and watch, see how the energy is unfolding around you today and where this information could be helpful, useful. And perhaps that means that you are directly involved in something, right? Or maybe you're a witness to it. And either way, it's good, I think, because as a witness, we can help share and tell the story. We're learning at the same time. If it didn't resonate with you, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all right. There's always tomorrow's cards, and that might resonate with you. But if it didn't, don't worry about it. Okay. Perhaps maybe you're a messenger and you can share the recorded link to the video to maybe a friend, somebody who is looking for this kind of information, you know, and then you're done. You're just the messenger. Yeah. We got quite a week coming up for you guys. Um, yeah, a whole lot of stuff coming. Now, Stephanie, who is our social media manager, she has those all posted in the comments below. If you need, if you want more information on it, and she's got links and that kind of stuff in the comments. But there's many shows that are coming up this week for you. Starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time is From Star to Stone with Mervyn Kelly, coming to us all the way from England. Yes, that's where he lives. And his perspective is from modern druidry. So he's a modern day druid. And he has been really, really busy with family stuff with his mom, because his elderly mom, he takes care of her. And so this show, he's saying, is just a surprise because he doesn't know what's going to be talked about. So Spirit, he's calling in Spirit to help guide his show completely on Tuesday morning. So I'm going to be in the chat because I'm curious. What is he going to be talking about? He could be telling a story. He could be talking about crystals and stones, or we'll have to find out. And so that's 9 a.m. Eastern time. At noon Eastern is Polly Joe's afternoon show, Chakra Sessions, and she is, oh my, thunder beans. Yeah, it's thundering out. And she is talking about core healing, if I remember right. Nope, I'm sorry. Energetic detoxing at noon Eastern time on Tuesday, Chakra Sessions. Okay. And then that evening, Tuesday evening, is my weekly show at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and that's Communications from Home. And we're going to be sharing about the backstory and highlights of the May issue of Star Nations magazine. Yep, we got a few stories for you guys. Every issue does, right? Every issue does. And so that's at 8 p.m. And on Wednesday, we're doing a replay for Nature Adventures. We're replaying the show Sounds of Water. It's one of our favorites. Minnie Kansman is my co-host for that. Minnie is in the process of moving from Michigan to Colorado. And so we're giving her some time. We're being kind and saying, no, you don't have to do a show for a couple of months while she's moving and getting settled in. So the replay is Sounds of Water. It's about how water communicates with us, and it communicates with us in a lot of ways. And so that's what we're talking about. And so I'm going to post the replay on Wednesday, probably midday or so you guys can take your time and watching it. Okay. And on Thursday, we have a free mini class at the Star Nations Academy closed group for you. We do that monthly. It's the third Thursday of every month. And this month class is taught by Julie Hedges, and she is going to be teaching the phases of the moon in you. And she's bouncing that off from her May article issue. And there's some fascinating information in there about how we relate to the moon and how it affects us, right? And so it's going to be a good class. I hope you guys can join us. If you are not a member of Star Nations Academy, because it's closed group, just go and visit there and request to join. And Julie Shumway Hill, who is our Academy manager, will help set you up, and then you can join us, okay? But in order for her to do that, you have to do that way before Thursday. So if you can get that done by Wednesday, Wednesday afternoon, that would really be good, okay? Because otherwise, you won't have the time to be able to be of assistance. Okay, wow, that was a lot. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of your Monday. And remember that you have the sun within you, your power, your personal power, right? Yeah. All right. So enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. for the daily live stream and the group card draw. With that, Bama Mina, which in Potawatomi means until we see each other again. Love you guys.